Hey, Lovejoy Yoga Therapy with Michelle. It is Tips on Tuesdays. Today we're going to be talking about why your basic standing forward fold is not your best hamstring stretch. I'm going to show you a little something. So check this out. Your basic standing forward fold is going to look something like this. That's your basic standing forward fold. And there are a lot of benefits to that. Some of those benefits include that regular practice of it helps to reduce mild depression. It has a soothing effect on your mind and your nervous system, and it obviously stretches your hamstrings. However, if you already have tight hamstrings or you have lower back pain, even if you have shoulder pain, it's going to exacerbate it even more if you are doing a standing forward fold. I'm going to show you something else. So say for instance you do have tight hamstrings. I see this a lot with guys at the gym. I'm not trying to single you out, but guys at the gym, or if you have tight hamstrings in general, this is what's going on. So hamstrings are tight, trying to reach for the toes, and in an effort to reach for the toes, the spine starts to round. You see how my back is going like that? And then sometimes I see pulsing, like they're trying to reach even deeper. That's exasperating and it's making it worse. Stop it, please. So I'm going to show you a safer way to be stretching it. Some contraindications also to your standing forward bend are: do not practice this if you have scoliosis, which is an abnormal curvature of the spine. Also, if you have disc herniation, please avoid standing forward folds at all costs. Disc herniation. So take your spine, for instance. You're seeing the vertebra of your spine, and in between the vertebra are these thin, cushiony discs. And what happens with disc herniation is that disc is already protruding out a little bit. So say you want to forward fold, so your spine is now bending forward, 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 and the pressure of the bone to the bone is now pushing the disc out even further, making it worse. So that's why you don't want to do a forward fold if you have disc herniation. Also, if you have sciatica, it may provide temporary relief in the beginning to do a forward fold, but it is actually exacerbating the condition even more. So today we're going to be doing a safer way to practice that's going to be helpful for your back. Also actually helps to strengthen the knees. I use this with some of my clients who are recovering from knee surgery. So what you're going to need for this variation that we're doing today is you're going to need a strap. If you don't have a yoga strap, don't worry about it. You can use a bathrobe tie or a belt, or even take a long towel and roll it up. Get creative. I'm sure you can find something. I love to use a blanket or a pillow. You can use a pillow to support your head as you're laying down. This is also helpful if you have high blood pressure. Another thing you're going to need is your floor. Hope you got one of those. So we're going to come down to the floor and supporting the head with your blanket or your pillow, and make sure that the shoulders are not on there. You want the shoulders clear on the ground. You're going to start with both your knees bent and hug one of the knees. Let's start with the right today. You're going to hug your right knee to the chest. And take the strap, or whatever you're using, and wrap it around the ball of your foot. Okay, so right there at the top. So some important things with this stretch. You want to keep the base of the second toe, ankle, knee, and hip in one line. So the kneecap is pointing straight back to the wall behind you. You're not turning your leg out or in. Now I understand if you may have knock knees or you're recovering from a knee surgery, your knee might be at a little bit of an angle. Don't force it, but just know that's the direction where you're pointing the knee. Next point, you want to flex the foot. So flexing the foot helps to protect the ligaments around the knee. Keynote with this is that when you're flexing, you don't want to lock the knee out, okay? That's not going to help facilitate this stretch. So you want to soften. I should not be able to see it. It's like a very subtle soft bend while flexing the foot. You might want to play around with that until you feel that action in your leg. From there, Instead of walking your hands up again in an effort to try to touch your toes, you see how my back is rounding now again? You want to slide your hands down far enough that your shoulders anchor to the ground and your chest and your sternum are broad and expanded. From here, using your breath, I always love to say your breath is your most powerful tool. So you're going to be breathing in and out through the nose during this stretch. If you are a little bit more flexible, you are welcome at this point to extend your left leg. Make sure to flex the foot, kneecap pointing up, as if you're pressing that foot into the wall in front of you, okay? Now, I'm pretty flexible in my hamstrings. I prefer to keep my knee bent because it just helps me to really feel into the alignment and refine the pose as necessary. So using your breath, breathing in and out through the nose as best as you can. Maybe with each exhale, the foot starts to come a little closer to the wall behind you. Hug the elbows in, keep the shoulders relaxed and down to the ground. Good, and each exhale, maybe the foot keeps coming further. Now, you'll find a point that you reach where you're like, Michelle, okay, I can't go anymore. Listen to your body. Your body is your best teacher. So with this, you're going to take it to that point where you're feeling, okay, I'm challenging myself, I've got a good stretch, but never to a point of pain. There's a difference between pain and sensation. Pain is your body's way of signaling to you to get out of a pose. Sensation or discomfort is just your body's way of letting you know, hey, this is an area we got to work on a little more. So use your breath to surrender and soften into the stretch instead of muscling your way in, which could cause injury. We're actually using this type of pose to prevent injury. So you're going to stay here about 10 to 20 breaths. And on an exhale, gently hug the knee into the chest. Release the strap, maybe hug both knees into your chest. Just kind of let the blood flow regain into the legs. Good. And then drop your right leg down. Left knee stays hugged into the chest, and you're going to wrap the strap around the other side. Same thing. So flexing the foot. Soft, subtle bend in the knee, just very slight. I should not be able to see it. And also kneecap pointing as much as you can towards the center, straight back. And hands are sliding down enough that your shoulders are anchored and the sternum is expanded and broad. From here, using your breath, with each exhale, maybe the foot comes closer to the wall behind you. And you might notice one side is a little bit tighter than the other. This is normal. There's sometimes imbalances in our body. So the side that's tighter, you might want to stay here for a few extra breaths just to give a little bit of extra love. So usually my left side talks to me a little more. So sometimes I like to stay in the left side just a little bit longer to create a little bit more balance. And then on an exhale, you're going to hug that knee back into your chest, release your strap, roll to your side, and come up. Head comes up last. And comment in the comments below because I'd love to hear from you. Did you try this stretch out? How did it feel for you? Subscribe to this channel for more helpful tips and inspirational stories. I look forward to seeing you soon. Namaste.